What's your Tyler's back with the retro reviews here on Tyler's Retro Reviews. With another peer review from the year 2000. WCW Uncensored 2000. Boy, where the hell do I begin with this? Well, yesterday was the 25th anniversary of it, so here you go. March 19th at the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. So, like, most of these uncensored periods were pretty painful to sit through, except for 98, 97. Which this was the last uncensored, by the way, and and in its replacement, the following year will be WCW Greed, which was the final pay-per-view WCW ever done. And also, this was a month before the reboot of WCW. And yeah, we all know about that. But anyways, let's get on to this pay-per-view. So, basically, you saw a main event match between Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and a Yappapi Indian strap match. What in the hell is a Yappapi, by the way? I don't know. And the WCW title match between Jeff Jarrett and Sid Vicious. Which, that was going to be advertised as, that was throughout the building was going to be the advertised main event. Sid and Jeff Jarrett was going to be the main event of this pay-per-view, but they changed their plans, and sorry about that. But we'll get to that in a moment. Also, last minute Super Bowl, there was a mystery door. Now there's a mystery person in the limousine. And spoiler, we know who it was. Anyways, let's get on to this event. In total, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11 matches, and 4 championship matches were on the line. So let's get on to it. For the WCW Cruiserweight Championship, the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea defeats Psychosis to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Before the match begins, we saw the WCW debut of Chris Candido, and yeah, this was just a lame Cruiserweight title match. A 3, I'll give it. Anyways, then we had Norman Smiley and the Demon defeating Lane and Rave. Norman Smiley was the best part about this match, but that's all I have to say really about this. I give it a 2. I'll just being generous. Then we had Bam Bam Bigelow defeating the Wall by disqualification. You know, this period is called Uncensored, which is there are no rules, but there are rules, so make up your fucking mind. And then this was just a blah match, a 1, and afterwards the Wall chokeslams crowbar off the Tron through part of this set, which is just a fucking generic ass set, by the way. And yeah. Anyways. Then we get the hardcore. Next up is a hardcore gauntlet match for the WCW Hardcore Championship. Brian Knox defeats 3 count. That's Evan Courageous, Shane Moore, and Shane Helms. Yes, they all became Trio Championship. So yeah, Brian Knox won the title back again. But this was actually pretty fun for a train wreck, that is, but still fun in a way, and yeah. A 5 I'll give it. Then we have Billy Kidman and Booker T defeating Harlem Heat 2000. That's Big T, aka Ahmed Johnson, and Stevie Ray. This was fine also. And this was technically the end of the Booker T Harlem Heat 2000 feud, and that was basically it. A 5.5 out of 10 I'll give it. And then we get a Falls Count Anywhere match. Vampiro defeating Finlay. This was also a decent match. They fight in the crowd. They go into the concession area, and then they went to the bathroom. I get WCW backstage assault 5 from them going to the bathroom. You know the reference. I mean, you know I said that already. What do I know? And then they fought again in the concession area, or the lobby rather, in red lighting, and Vampiro won. Yeah. Then that's a 4 I'll give it. We get for the WCW World Tag Team Championships that Harrisburg defeats the Mamalukes to win the tag team titles rather. And another shit match. A 1. I'm just quickly going through the show because this show sucked. Then we had a bull roll match between Dustin Rhodes defeating Terry Funk. That doesn't sound right. I mean, Dustin was aligned with Terry Funk at the last pay-per-view Super Brawl. Then the following night on Nitro, Dustin turns on Terry Funk, and this lets this bull roll match here. Why? Terry Funk, during the bill, has a raw chicken that says Dusty on it. Yeah. Why? Then there was a guy in a chicken suit getting chased around by Dustin Rhodes until Terry Funk hits Dustin with that raw chicken that has Dusty written on it. Then Funk, in the middle of the match, says, I changed the rules, now an I quit match, and the referee Bill Simon says, yeah, that doesn't count. And then Terry Funk tells him, you're full of shit, and hits him with the microphone, and I was like, this is a fucking clusterfuck. Dustin wins, whatever. 3. Then we get a lumberjack match. Sting defeats Lex Luger. It's kind of funny, Lex Luger's going into the Hall of Fame this year, and well, this whole thing started at Starrcade, and Sting was written off by Luger's attack, as well as Miss Elizabeth. This led to, Luger making fun of Sting, and then at Super Brawl, Sting came back to help Hulk Hogan for what reason? None. And this led to the Lumberjack match, but this is not any Lumberjack match. No, no, no. These Lumberjacks had fucking cast written on them. That's Kurt Hennig, Jimmy Hart, Doug Dillinger, if you ever played Mayhem and Back to the Assault. Brian Austin, Finley, Vampiro has one. Then Lex Luger, here he is, brought his own Lumberjacks with cast on them. That's Harley 2000, Hugh Morris, fucking the Harris Brothers, Yeah. It was what it was, literally. But this started the Sting Vampiro partnership that led to, them having a feud with each other. Why? It's probably gonna be the one next, probably for the dumpster fires on my main channel. But anyways, it was what it was. I give this a 6 out of 10 though. This was probably the best on the night. And yeah. Then we get the semi-main event spot. Like I said before, Jeff Jarrett and Sid Vicious was advertised as the main event, not Hogan and Ric Flair. For some reason, WCW decided, hey, let's have the World's Heavyweight go before Hogan and Flair. So we get this for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Sid Vicious defeats Jeff Jarrett to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. In the most Jeff Jarrett way match possible. If you know, you know. Crowd brawling, ref bumps, run-ins, and a guitar shot. Hogan interferes in this match, which that doesn't make no fucking sense because he's not in a program with... He's in a program with Ric Flair, not any of these guys. Which, by the way, Flair did interfere in the last match, by the way, in the Lumberjack match, but that does make a little bit of sense, but not Hogan in this match. He helps Sid Vicious beat Jeff Jarrett. And this delayed Jarrett's title victory at the following pay-per-view at Spring Stampede. And this led to, afterwards, by the way, bad match. 3 out of 10. This led to Scott Steiner coming in from the mystery limo. Yeah, he was in the mystery limo. What a surprise. Nah. Hits Hogan with the guitar. What the fuck did Scott Steiner hit a guitar? And then threw referee Nick Patrick out. And then Sid chokeslams the Harris Brothers. And then let the Flair coming out to get this main event match out of the way. So, that led to the fucking main event. The Yappapi Indian strap match. Which is just a regular strap match, by the way. Hulk Hogan defeats Ric Flair. This is... What the fuck is a Yappapi? Who the fuck knows? Because this match fucking was... Any strap match I seen... They kept changing the motherfucking rules. Either, oh, the way you win this match is touch all 4 quarters. Oh, no, the way you win this match is painful. Why couldn't they just kept do both instead? So, they were brawling around the fucking arena. And this led to Lex Luger hitting Hogan with a chair. Gingerly. This led to... the fucking finish, really. Ric Flair touches 2 corners, then pins Hogan. Hogan hulks up. Then he touches all 3 corners. Luger gets involved. Big boot. Hogan leg drives Ric Flair 1, 2, 3, and touches the 4th corner for the win. So I guess Hogan super duper wins, apparently. You know, it fucking was the shit. And Uncensored 2000, by the way, was the least bought WCW pay-per-view. Not the least bought WCW pay-per-view of the year. That goes to Starrcade. My God, what a disaster this match in this period was. 0 out of 10. And then afterwards, we get the big reset. There was a non-period feud between Hogan and Sid that didn't have a proper ending to it because of the reset. A disaster this pay-per-view was. And this would allegedly, according to James from Arena Pro Wrestling, Uncensored was the breaking point. And from this show, yeah, 1.5 out of 10 I'll give it. Now for the best and worst match of Uncensored 2000. I give the best match to Sting and Lex Luger in the Lumberjack match. And I give the worst match of the show to Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair in the Yappapi Indian strap match. So, one more retro review before we do the WrestleMania reviews. WrestleMania 9, 14, and 16, you know. We're going 9 years later to TNA with Destination X 2009. A good period for me to watch finally, because after these last two pay-per-views, no more bad shit, but there. SmackDown review will be tomorrow, and then Saturday, I might do the Batman Arkham Asylum review first. Yeah. But I never do beat those games, but yeah. But those will be on my main channel, by the way. So yeah, like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel right here, Columbia Cage Channel, as well as my main channel also in there. Bye-bye.